This movie is inspired by events connected to Spain's La Palma Island, a place famous for its volcanic history. Everything begins with a young woman enjoying a day near the ocean with her friends. She suddenly realizes that one of her earrings is missing. Thinking it probably fell into the water, her friend immediately dives into the sea to look for it. But seconds later, something impossible happens. Strange sounds come from beneath the water. The ocean suddenly begins to boil. A nearby boat is destroyed and several people are killed. Nobody understands what caused the disaster. A few days later, we meet Nick and his family. Nick, his wife Jennifer, their teenage daughter Sarah, and their young son arrive on La Palma for a vacation. However, this trip is about more than relaxation. Nick and Jennifer's marriage is falling apart. Hopefully, they secretly hope this vacation will help save their relationship. Curiously, at the same time, a geologist named Marie is conducting research inside volcanic caves on the island. She discovers something unusual. The cave walls show fresh signs of structural damage. Large cracks have appeared where none existed before. Even stranger, dead bats are scattered throughout the cave. Tests reveal extremely high levels of carbon dioxide. The environment is becoming toxic. Marie reports her findings to the director of the Geological Survey Department. At the same time, authorities are investigating a mysterious boating accident near the island. Everyone aboard the vessel died under unusual circumstances. Autopsies later reveal that the victims inhaled superheated volcanic gases. This confirms that dangerous activity is happening beneath the island. Uneasy, despite these warnings, local officials hesitate to act. Years earlier, false warnings had caused panic and damaged careers. No one wants to trigger another unnecessary evacuation. Meanwhile, life at the resort continues. Awkwardly, Sarah struggles to make friends. Their young son spends most of his time observing the world around him. One day, he notices huge numbers of sea turtles moving away from the coastline. Animals often sense danger long before humans do. Back in the mountains, Marie continues her investigation. The cracks are growing larger. Measurements show that part of the volcanic slope is slowly shifting. If the mountain collapses into the ocean, the consequences could be catastrophic. A massive tsunami could spread across the Atlantic Ocean. Soon, small earthquakes begin shaking the island. Gas levels continue increasing. Scientists realize the volcano may erupt at any moment. Marie desperately tries to convince local leaders to evacuate residents and tourists. But politicians still refuse. They fear public panic more than the disaster itself. Meanwhile, tensions inside Nick's family continue growing. Nick and Jennifer repeatedly argue about parenting and their failing marriage. Sarah feels isolated and misunderstood. Eventually, she decides to leave the island on her own. Without telling her parents, Sarah heads to the airport. She plans to fly home and escape all the family drama. Then, everything changes. The volcano erupts. Ash shoots into the sky. The entire island shakes violently. Authorities immediately begin shutting down air traffic. Volcanic ash can destroy aircraft engines. But some planes are already preparing for departure. Sarah is sitting aboard one of those planes. At the last possible moment, she changes her mind and gets off. That decision saves her life. Shortly after takeoff, the aircraft crashes. When Nick and Jennifer hear about the crash, they are devastated. They fear their daughter has died. Hours later, they discover that Sarah never left the airport.
For the first time in a while, the family experiences a moment of relief.
Unfortunately, the worst is still coming. Scientists now believe a massive landslide is becoming inevitable. If part of the volcano falls into the ocean, it will generate a giant tsunami. Jennifer receives a secret warning from her brother, who works for the government. Officials know the danger is real. They simply do not want the public to panic. He secretly arranges transportation for the family to escape. Nick, Jennifer, Sarah, and their son hurry toward the ferry terminal. Every minute counts. When transportation problems threaten their escape, Nick does everything possible to protect his family. He repeatedly puts their safety ahead of his own. Eventually, Jennifer and the children board a ferry. Emotionally, Nick is left behind. He watches helplessly as his family disappears into the distance. The island begins descending into chaos. Emergency alerts finally sound across La Palma. Thousands of people rush to escape. Eventually, Nick and Marie join a few others searching for a way off the island. Together, they find a hidden speedboat. But desperate survivors are fighting over every possible escape route. A violent confrontation breaks out. Shocking gunfire erupts. Tragically, more lives are lost. Urgently, Nick and Marie finally escape by sea. Behind them, the volcano continues erupting with incredible force. The catastrophic nightmare finally happens. A massive section of the volcano collapses into the ocean. The impact creates a gigantic tsunami. Towering walls of water race across the Atlantic. Entire coastlines are overwhelmed. People everywhere fight for survival. Hopefully, Nick and Marie manage to reach a designated safe zone. Exhausted, but Nick believes he has lost his family forever. Meanwhile, Jennifer, Sarah, and their son are struggling to survive on another island. Urgently, using emergency information, they race toward higher ground before the tsunami arrives. The giant wave strikes. Buildings collapse. Roads disappear beneath the water. For a moment, it seems impossible that anyone could survive. Emotionally, after the destruction finally settles, survivors begin searching for loved ones. Hopefully, against all odds, members of the family start finding each other. Relieved, one by one, they reunite. Heartwarming, Nick realizes his wife and children are alive. Emotionally, the family embraces after believing they had lost each other forever. Bittersweet, not everyone receives a happy ending. Sad, Marie survived the disaster but lost her brother. Reflective, the experience changes her life forever. In the end, La Palma is more than just a disaster movie. It is a story about family, sacrifice, survival, and the terrifying power of nature. And it reminds us that sometimes the greatest disasters begin with warnings that nobody wants to believe.